Hey, what is going on, guys? T.Sports 15 here, and today we are back for episode number 10 of the Minnesota Twins franchise here in MLB 14, the show. So in this episode, we're taking on the Kansas City Royals in Game 1 of Year 2. So this should be an exciting opening day. We have high aspirations for this season. We should be a playoff team, definitely, if not a World Series contender. The only really hole on our team is the pitching staff and a little bit at second base, but we do have one of the top prospects in baseball coming up at second base, who we drafted in last year's draft. But for now, we have Eduardo Nunez starting there at second base, platooning with Sogard and Ricky Weeks at times. But this is opening day. We are taking on the division rival Kansas City Royals. These guys should be a pretty good team. Our division should be very competitive. We are ranked like 9th in the MLB. If you go into standings, you know the rankings that the MLB the show has. We are ranked 9th in the MLB. And there are two other top 10 teams in there, in the Cleveland Indians and the Detroit Tigers. You might say Cleveland Indians not a top 10 team, but they've acquired a bunch of stuff. I think they have Adam Wainwright and a couple other guys, so it's a lot different. And we're going up against the Kansas City Royals in this one, and we're going to really need our pitchers to come through this season, as Scott Kazmir, our new ace who we acquired in the offseason from the Oakland Athletics, he's going to be going on the hill here in opening day, and he's going to go 3 of 3 down in the first inning with that strikeout right there. And you can check out our lineup. We have one of the fastest lineups in the league. With our lineup right there, you can check it out. One of the fastest lineups in the league, and we have one of the best outfield defensively in the league, with Buxton, Cespedes, and Geraldo Parra. Cespedes and Parra have two of the strongest arms from the outfield in the MLB. They're really up there if you think of the top arms in the outfield. But right here, Byron Buxton is going to drive this one to deep right field. Right fielder back, and that one is up, and that one is gone into the right field bleachers. Byron Buxton, the leadoff home run here to start off our season off of James Shields. His pitching matchup was James Shields against Scott Kazmir. Battle of the Aces, obviously, on opening day for the first game of the season for both teams. But Byron Buxton starts the season off with a bomb. He hit like 10 to 15 home runs last season, and he starts off this season in his first at bat with a home run. Next up would be newly acquired Elvis Andrus, who we picked up in free agency from the Texas Rangers last season, and he's gonna go deep as well to left center field. That one just makes it over the wall. And our top of the order, not really known for two power hitters in our two leadoff hitters, but they're showing a little bit of pop here in this one in Buxton and Elvis Andrus. Really nice showing there, and showing off their power. And everybody in our lineup has enough power to go deep. I can't really think of a hole that doesn't have a lot of power, except for, like, there's obviously guys with less power, like Lucroy and Parra have a little bit less power, as well as Eduardo Nunez, but everybody has enough power to hit at least 10 home runs, so we could definitely have another season with like 10 guys hitting 10 home runs. But Jonathan Lucroy coming up after the Yoenis Cespedes double, and he's going to get a base hit into right field. Aoki comes up throwing, he fires it to the plate, and the tag is applied on Cespedes. He gets hosed from right field. The Lucroy will advance to second base on the throw coming home. Next up would be Miguel Sano with the 2-run lead, 3-2 count. He's going to walk on that one. So we got runners on first and second base for Josh Willingham, the DH, who decided to come back for the season, which is nice. But he's going to pop this one out to second base. Infante makes the catch, and that will do it for the first inning. So we scored 2 runs on those 2 home runs, and we almost scored another one, but we get hosed at the plate. But through the first inning, we were up 2-0 on the Kansas City Royals. So a nice start for our team here. But Scott Kazmir, he started dealing here in the second inning. He's going to strike out Alex Gordon on the 2-seamer down and in. So next up would be Geraldo Parra here in the bottom of the second. He's going to get a base hit into center field. James Shields is struggling here early, giving up a bunch of hits so far. I believe that's the 5th hit he has given up so far in this game, and it's only starting into the second inning. And next up would be Eduardo Nunez. He's going to get a base hit into left field as well, and that will start off the second inning for us with runners on second and first with speed on the base pass and get us the top of the order up. Buxton's going to ground out into a tailor-made double play. Buxton, one of the hardest guys in the MLB to double up, but he does indeed get doubled up there. Next inning, this will be Mike Moustakas going down on the slider. He's going to strike out. Another 3-up, 3-down inning for the Royals, and they go 9-up, 9-down to start up the game. And Casimir is perfect through 3. So we head to the 4th inning. Top of the 4th, Casimir is pitching against Alcides Escobar, who's going to ground this one to shortstop. A tailor-made, well, a really routine play there for Andres, and he's going to throw that one into the seats. So the runner would advance to second base and then move to third on a grounder, but a nice catch there by Miguel Sano in foul territory will get him out of the inning. So it has the no-hit bid still going, but after that error, the perfect game is done. So Geraldo Parra is going to come up here later, and Mauer is going to boot that one, and he throws it on to Shields late. So Parra gets on base there, and he is going to, next up is going to be Eduardo Nunez. He's going to drop down a bunt, trying to bunt for a hit with 2 outs, but he cannot reach base as Salvador Perez came about halfway up the first base line to make that play, and he made a nice play throwing him out at first. But then you can see that will be Justin Maxwell striking out there, and that will end the top half of the 5th. Here in the bottom half of the 5th with 2 outs, Eric Hosmer is going to drive this one deep center field, but the center fielder Lorenzo Kane is going to be over there to grab that one and end the 5th inning. And James Shields has really settled down after that shaky start in the first 2 innings. He's only given up 2 hits since the 2nd inning, and we are now into the 6th inning where Scott Casimir is going to strike out Nochuri Aoki, and he's through 6 innings with the no-hit bid still going after going only giving up that 1 error and no walks, no hits, no nothing else except for that 1 error by Elvis Andres, which could come back to bite him if he continues this no-hitter, and that would have been the perfect game if he made that play. Elvis Andres will be kicking himself after that one. But right here you can see the 6th inning report as we are up 2-0, 7 hits for us, no hits for them. But right here to start off the 7th inning, Alcides Escobar is going to double down the left field line. That will be the first hit of the day for the Royals to break up the no-hit bid, and Alcides Escobar gets them on base. So now that the no-hit bid's done, we still need to win this ballgame with the 2-run lead. Next up will be Alex Gordon. He's going to get a base hit into right field past the diving glove of Eric Hosmer, and that will put runners on the corners and 2 hits for them in the inning. So next up would be Salvador Perez with runners on the corners. He's going to fly this one into deep left field, and Jonas Cespedes is going to be on to catch this one. Runner tagging from third. Cespedes comes up throwing. He's going to hose him out at the plate, and he does. Tag applied by Lucroy, and a double play from the left fielder Jonas Cespedes, one of the best arms in the league, and that's showing how good our arms in our outfield are. So we're really excited to have great arms in all 3 outfield positions. But right here, Josh Willingham's going to get a base hit past Moustakas at third base, so he will be on base there for his first hit of the season. So with Willingham on first base, that will do it for the day for James Shield. Ned Yost comes up to the mound to grab the ball from his ace right-hander. So that'll be it for him. Lewis Coleman's going to come in for his first work of the season. The 28-year-old right-hander had a decent season last season. I believe he had like a 3.5 ERA, but he's been pitching pretty well. He pitched pretty well last season. Hopefully he can continue that if you're a Royals fan. But right here, Parra is going to ground this one to first, but the return throw back from the double play is not going to be in time. So Parra is going to be on base, and he has quite a bit of speed. Next up will be Eduardo Nunez, and Parra is going to take off from first base. Salvador Perez cannot get the transfer, not get a good grip on that one. Parra is credited with a stolen base. Now he's up to third base with Byron Buxton up. 1-2 pitch, and Buxton strikes out on the Coleman changeup. So that will do it for the 7th inning, and we do not produce any other runs since the first inning. There's not been a run since the 2 home runs in the first inning. So next up, this will be Justin Maxwell, who's going to drive this ball into left center field. That one's going to make it all the way to the wall. Buxton's going to grab that one on the warning track, get it into the cut, and that will be a double there for Justin Maxwell. Just the 3rd hit for the Royals on the day. So with Maxwell on second base, and this will be a strikeout to, I'm pretty sure that's Pedro Sariaco, who came off the bench to pinch hit for Mike Moustakas, and he would stay in the game at third base. So with the 2-run lead here in the bottom of the 8th, we want to add a little bit here of insurance. So 3-2 pitch here, and that's going to be a front door slider there, just catching the inside corner of Yoenis Cespedes, but he's going to need to grab his glove, and we need to shut him down in the 8th inning. So that would be the end of the day for Kazmir. He went 8 innings, giving up no runs and 3 hits. Glenn Perkins, our closer here from Minnesota, he actually grew up in Minnesota as well, so he's going to come in and try and get the save with 1 out, 2-2 pitch here. This one's going to be chopped back to the mound, and we're going to throw him out at first base. So with 2 outs in the 9th and Glenn Perkins on, he has a chance to close down this, lock down the save here with Joe Mauer batting. Guy who used to be a Minnesota Twin, and he is going to ground this one back to the mound as well. So that will do it for this ball game. We go on to win 2-0. The 2 home runs in the first inning were the difference, and after that there was no offense from either team except for that one. There's two runners cut down at the plate in this game, which was very surprising. So I'm really excited to see what our team can do this season. We should have a very solid chance of making the playoffs, potentially winning the division. It's going to be pretty hard to win the division with the stacked division in the AL Central this season. So hopefully you guys are ready for a playoff push. This series should be coming out a lot more often here getting into season 2. Scott Kazmir gets the player of the game. 8 innings, 3 hits, no runs, no walks, and 7 Ks on the day. So he gets player of the game. You can check out all the other stats. He obviously gets the win. The loss, it does go to James Shields, the ace for the Kansas City Royals. He picks up his first loss on the season. We win this one 2-0. 8-3 were hits. We had 1 error. They had none, which was the error from Elvis Andres. So that's going to do it for this episode, guys. I will see you guys all in the next one. Peace.